Hey everyone, it's Tom Karadza with another Rockstar Minute, and here's why we're short-term paranoid on the Toronto real estate market, but long-term optimistic. We're short-term paranoid because even though the Bank of Canada has held rates and interest rates aren't like spiking up, there can be a financial crisis either in this country or in the US that affects this country or globally at any time. Let's face it, everyone's for the last 10 years has been wondering if there's going to be another financial crisis, and if there is, credit dries up. Real estate markets are driven by access to credit. So if credit dries up, the real estate market will definitely be affected. So that's a reason that we're always short-term paranoid, and it forces us to buy good properties in good areas that cash flow or at least pay for themselves so that we can carry them during a down cycle. So short-term paranoia always exists when we're evaluating real estate. But the reason we're super long-term optimistic, specifically on Canada and the Golden Horseshoe area, is the population fundamentals here are crazy. We don't know why anyone isn't talking about this stuff, but there's a Toronto Economic Advisory Board here. I'm going to tell you the actual name of it. It's the Canadian Centre for Economic Analysis. They did this thing called the Toronto Housing Market Analysis, and the data on this stuff is totally freaky. In 2016, the population of the GTA was 6.7 million. In 20 years, they're forecasting it to be in 2041, so a little more than 20 years, they're forecasting it to be 9.7 million. That's a 43% increase, or another 3 million people. Listen, the population of Toronto right now is 2.8 million. That means over the next 20 years, there is another city the size of Toronto entering this area. What is that going to do for rents, for demand for housing where we already have a shortfall, and then for the cost of housing in this area? And on a kind of a negative front, it will ultimately mean the destruction of the middle class, because you're either going to own properties over the next 20 years or you're going to be priced out of that market. And sure, there could be down periods, but long-term, these population trends bode really well for real estate prices, we think. We don't have a crystal ball. This is only our opinion, but hopefully that gives you something to think about. Until next time, your life, your terms.